Hello ladies, welcome to Queens of Leisure. I'm so excited that you're here on this platform. Today I'm going to share 5 tips on how to have a leisure mindset. Tip number 1 is decluttering your space. Believe it or not, our environment plays a very crucial part on our mental state. For those of you who live in the 4 season states, it's spring, thank God. We've overcome the dreaded winter. So we're in spring. We're so excited. I'm excited at least to start decluttering our space. Let's start with the clothes that we are not wearing from the past winter. If it's too small, some of us probably have gained a few pounds from the winter. I know I have, and some things may no longer fit. So now is the time to start packing these things away, giving them away, or packing them so that you can have them for the next winter. If you don't like them, you can also swap them with friends, have a swapping party, or just go ahead and donate them. Okay, so now that we've covered clothing, we can start with our inside of our home, our relaxing space, Christmas trees. Many of us may still have our Christmas trees hanging around. I know I'm guilty of that. I'm actually staring at mine right now. So I know that by the end of this weekend, I plan to actually go to the nearest thrift store that I have that's not too far from my home and give that away. Other part of me is also thinking that maybe I can still keep it for next Christmas, but I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be here for next Christmas. Of course, I'll still be alive, but I meant in the state that I'm living. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and donate that. So we're going to clean out our living area, our space. The less that we have, believe it or not, the better we will feel. Decluttering things that you no longer need, such as extra pens, extra notebooks, extra plates, extra linen, extra sheets, extra remote controls, extra, what else? Extra mugs. I only have 4 mugs that I really like that I have. One was for my dear sister, who is so amazing. Another is one that I bought going through the season that I was going through last year, that spoke to me, the words, the message that's on there. And I have 2 extras. After that, that's for guests. I don't need any extra mugs. I don't need any extra plates, any extra forks, any extra paintings. I keep my home very light because I like the aesthetic of keeping it very clean and crisp, where I can have natural sunlight to come in and natural breeze. I'm an island girl. I've lived a simple life and it's been amazing. So I'd like to share that. I know there's other videos out there that talks about minimalism. If it's not for you, I get it. You can still be a maximalism. I think I'm saying it right, where you still have the things that you need without being overboard. So clean up your space, take out all the extra things that you don't need, do an inventory, look around, scan your room, the place especially that you normally tend to hang out the most. Scan around it, look at it, and think about what are the things that don't serve me in this season. If you haven't used it for the past 6 months, get rid of it. If it's not something that brings you joy, like Maria says, she's this lady, Asian lady, I believe, who basically helps transform your life. And she's very well known for, if it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. So I am Team Maria Kondo. I think I'm saying her name right. If it doesn't serve you, get rid of it. Tip number 2, I think it piggybacks on the first tip that we were talking about. Tip number 2 is to own less. The less you have, the more free you are. It truly is so. Because when you buy an item and you bring it into your precious space, it is actually taking real estate. Everything that you have has a home. At least it should have a space, a little home of its own. If it doesn't, and it's just laying over on top of things on top of things, then you need to reevaluate why this item is here. And sometimes you buy things on impulse, emotional shoppers. Again, you got to get to the root of the issue. I digress. That's not what this video is about. But own less. Own the things that you know that you need and that serve a purpose on your life. Okay, now that we've covered tip number 1, tip number 2, tip number 3 is to, are you ready? Slay energy vampires. As an empath, I can so relate to this. People's energy can truly drain you. And for the longest, I felt the drain. I felt the blood slowly being sucked out of my veins, but didn't know what was causing it. Now that I'm older now, I understand how I'm wired. I'm an empath. I feel people's energy and they affect me. So how do you do that? Once you figured out who those people are, it's either when you communicate with them, do you feel uplifted? Do you feel excited? Do you feel motivated to do the things that you've shared with them that you want to do, your dreams, even the little things that you communicate with them? Or on the contrary, after talking to these people, do you feel drained? Do you feel tired? Do you feel like you literally have to shut yourself in a room for the next few hours just so that you can recharge? If that is so, unfortunately, it's sad to say that person is a vampire energy, an energy vampire. So stay away. And if you can't absolutely stay away from these people, sadly, some of these people can even be our families, our loved ones, and we love them. Try to limit the time that you spend with them. If you get a call, say to yourself, if you have to communicate, set a limit, set boundaries. If it's just 5 minutes that you can give 5 minutes. If it's just 10 minutes you can give 10 minutes. Do not stretch yourself beyond your capacity. Awesome. We've covered 3 tips so far. Tip number 1, tip number 2, tip number 3, tip number 4. Please prioritize your vitamins and your trace minerals. As someone who struggled with seasonal depression, I can truly say, after having taken certain vitamins, such as vitamin B12, vitamin B1, your zinc, your calcium, I've seen the major difference in how I feel. Those vitamins and trace minerals are crucial or vital for your health. And many of them result and can have an effect on your reproductive system. Did you know that you can have cysts from a lack of vitamin B1, B12, and depression, low in energy, vitamin B1. Sleep apnea is a result of lack of vitamin B1. It's just so much that we can take care of without having to undergo surgeries. There's a lot of things I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. I would have taken better care of my health, but it's never too late to start over. It's never too late to put yourself first and prioritize on the things that matter. I will place a link below of the minerals and the doctors who talk about these things, just so that you can have a better understanding, to educate yourself, to put yourself first and your mental health and your entire body, everything. Last tip. Now that we've covered 1 through 4, is to do the things you absolutely love. Do the things that bring you joy, that lights up your face, that makes your heart blush, is what I say. Whatever it is, if it's cleaning, if it's cooking, if it's spending time with your friends, if it's going fishing, going camping, going hiking. I know they say Black people don't camp. That is not true. Some of us out there do love to be around nature. I know I feel refreshed and energized when I'm outside in the woods or even at the park, just walking, going for a stroll. I didn't know this before, but as a water sign, being around Earth keeps me grounded. So I don't know if it's that for some of you, but whatever it is, just do it, because life is short. Just enjoy the things that you know makes you feel good. Why wouldn't you?